Hey guys, Anthony, 4x4 Diesel. Just wanted to let you know this port cleaning dowel for the injector kit. Obviously, they're pretty well injected. They're injected. They're included free with just about every injector kit. Obviously, the trade guys I don't send them to, so I don't put them in every kit. But just let me know when you call up for your injector kit. Make sure you watch that video on YouTube. It shows all the different optional things, gives you ballpark pricing, but obviously, you know, more or less thereabouts, you know. But this is free, and obviously, you know, they don't just magically appear. I've got to go down to Bunnings, go to, you know, grab the lengths at the moment. You know, we're trying to be efficient, so I'm going to cut 4 at a time. See how that works out. We've got the old one here for length, the old one of the old ones, right? So, you know, this stuff doesn't happen on its own. There's a lot of extra stuff in the kit. And, you know, I'll just keep doing this. Just wanted to show you, you know, a lot of work involved in, I just realised, you know, there's just all the different components in the kit from lots of different suppliers, you know, for the DIYs, guys that contact us that already know they're going to do the job themselves. That's what we're here for, to back you up. And there's people in remote areas that it's hard to get stuff, so that's why we've got the Molly coat and the ultra grey RTV on the shelf to make it easier for you. Just let us know if you want that. And this dowel, do mention it, because they don't automatically go in. It is free, but you've just got to mention it. And then when I send you the order, just have a quick read through and make sure it says free port cleaning dowel. So we've got to cut these up, and then we'll quickly go over them with a bit of sandpaper to take those rough edges off. But you need to just make sure it's right yourself. We're going to our job really is to make sure we're cutting it square, which it's on 0 at the moment. Just depends if the kids have been playing with it, you know what I mean? Yeah, because that's what happens. Just wanted to show you that dowel, free with the injector kit. Thanks for watching. So if you're not sure what the dowel is, what it's for, I can tell you quickly, but look, if you don't know, you need to go back and watch all those other videos on the YouTube channel, because there is video, I'm sure there's videos that show you what to do with this. If there's not, I'll have to do one, so let me know if there's not, but I'm sure there is. If you just search injector port cleaning dowel sort of thing. So what you do is you just cut rags. You need really thin rags, because the clearance between that stick and the rag, it's not really that much. So you might have to finish off with sanding. I'll get most of the sharp edges off, but you know what? Can't stand here for too long. Busy, busy, busy. 16 mil if you want to buy your own. If you're doing your own thing, whatever you want to do, that's fine too. If you want to buy your own, 16 mil. I didn't invent this. I just reckon it's a good idea. So when I heard of it, I used it as well. It was someone's customer that invented this. Pretty simple idea. I mean, you know, credit where credit's due, but you know, it's not like we wouldn't have thought of it either, right? So, but credit where credit's due. Great idea, and we didn't have to think. Someone gave us an idea. So you cut your strips of rag, preferably white, so you can see what's going on. If it doesn't matter at the start, while the ports are dirty, it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Men can't multitask, you know that, so I'm trying to do this and talk to you at the same time. What was I saying? Doesn't matter, I don't know what it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what colour the rag is at the start, because, you know, it's all dirty anyway. I think I've cut those square. If they're not, if you're on a drop saw, if you're a chippy, you can cut them off square again. I've got the saw set on 0, but look, I don't know. It's just a cheap GMC saw. They went broke, so who knows, mate. All their zeros could be 3 degrees or something. Probably are. All the chippies are having a laugh. That's good, because they know that. Anyway, saw still works, so that's the main thing. And we can fit it into the package, because we can't fit, you know, 3 metre lengths or something into the bags, can we? But look, thin rags, like, you know, thin white rags are the best. Cut them into thin strips. They've got to be about 1 to 2 inches wide, because too wide and it doubles up down the hole, and then it won't make it to the bottom of the hole. You know what I mean? If you've got it too wide, the rag, it'll bunch up here and you won't. So it's got to kind of be, you know, 30 mil wide, the strips of rag. So you get your little helper there. Make sure they don't cut their fingers off, because using a razor blade, cutting rags into strips, whatever, right? Nice sharp blade's the best way. Maybe do it yourself, don't get the kids onto it. Yeah, just cut the rags into strips. Depending how bad it is, you're going to need a few. And you just put the rag over the dowel. You can actually put a text screw in the end of it if you're careful, and I did that and mine spun, so I sort of put araldite it in. So you can actually put it on a drill or an impact driver and spin it a bit faster. But if you spin it too fast, I'll tell you what happens, the corner sharp edges, they just cut through the rag. And you want those sharp edges to kind of get in the corner down the bottom of the ports. So you don't want to round it off too much. So in and out, and you don't have to change your rag every time you've been in and out. So what I do, I slip the rag along the end of the dowel, so you reuse it, if you know what I mean. And once it gets a bit average, then you bang, new rag. And you keep going until it's beautiful. If it's really bad, you've got to use degreaser. That dissolves the mess a bit better, but spray it onto the rag, not down the quartering like that. I don't think these have been cut very square, to be honest, but look, they'll do the job as long as the long end will touch the bottom of the port. Anyway, it'll be right. Lucky I'm not a chippy, eh? Lucky we're not building furniture here. Actually, teachers at school said I was really good at that, and that's what I should have done. But anyway, can't do everything, can you? Can't save the world. Just the 1KDs at the moment, and advice on a few other things. But yeah, really, this video, it's just someone to talk to while I do this. So you know the things that I do at the moment. I don't work on cars, I just get injector kits ready. Anyway, no, we do, but what else can I tell you? Yeah, start off with degreaser. If the hole's pretty good, you can use a bit of carby cleaner. Carby cleaner, throttle body carby cleaner type stuff. Spray it onto the rag again, just near the end, just a little bit. Get in the hole, that'll sort of dissolve up any last bits of the staining and whatever. Bit of elbow grease, you know. And then when you're done, a nice clean rag with nothing on it, so there's no residue of anything. And just, you know, give it a good polish up. Then you look down there, either climb up and look down there. I don't climb up as much, I avoid that as much as possible. I use a mirror, shine the torch in the mirror and have a look down there, and beautiful. When they look like a mirror, and you've got your injectors ready and your molly coat on the O-rings, and your seats have been dropped down the ports, and you've recorded your compensation codes, is ideally better done. Obviously, I lay the injectors, well, I used to write them all down, but to save time, I just lay them on the bench now. I take a picture of all 4 of them, take a picture, and then when you go into the vehicle to put them in the ECU, you just open up the picture, you can zoom in. It actually works better for my eyes anyway. And yeah, easy to read, and punch them in, double check, always triple check, make sure they're right. If you get it pretty badly wrong, it's going to tell you anyway. Some of you probably experienced that, because some people watching this have already done their injectors or changed injectors before. Anyway, this is not really that informative. It's, you know, how to sand the end of a piece of dowel. But look, see, it's all that information that's going in there as well, right? So you might not have seen the other videos, but you should go and see them, but you're getting it out of this one anyway. And I'm just going to keep talking to you till the end, giving you information, because, you know, on those injector ports and those seats and everything in the injectors, you can put whatever you want there or not. You know, people talking about putting anti-seize, and look, don't get me wrong, on heavy diesel injectors, like, you know, in ships and stuff, the big stuff, they do put, you know, anti-seize and whatever on the injectors for the same reason. You know, if they get blow by whatever injector, so on all the tight, it helps them slide in. So you want to use that product so that things don't get stuck, especially when it's that big. Good luck getting them out. So there's a couple of places you know, they're big injectors. They're using a tub and a brush, kind of like painting it on. But we don't really need to do that. I mean, you could put a little bit of anti-seize around the nozzle end of the injector, whatever. I wouldn't be putting it on the seat or whatever. I prefer that dry and clean so it sticks the way it's meant to, right? But, you know, each to their own. If somebody reckons it works, feel free. I can tell you the factory way works generally, as I've explained, for over 200,000 Ks, generally. Not always. That's why, to be safe, better to change them around the, you know, somewhere. Best indication, as I've said before, between 150, 180K to be sure. The idea is to stop it before it happens. You might, you know, oh, but I checked my oil pickup. That's good, but once you see your oil pickup dirty, you've got crap, you know, you've got crap in your oil galleries and the injectors possibly stuck in there and messy. Just avoid the mess, you know, do it before it's due. And if you've got to high Ks, well, good on you, you've been lucky. You don't expect that every time. But if you do a job just as good or better than factory, which is what we aim to do by doing it the same way factory do it, not inventing new ways with lubricants on seats. But look, the point is you can put some anti-seize, if you like, on the actual, the nozzle, the parts that get stuck, you know, between the, not in the oil gallery, below the oil gallery, right? So you've got the O-ring, and then you've got the oil gallery below that, right? So on the actual nozzle, you could smear a little bit on. I don't, because I'm not going to be doing injectors, you know. If you're going to put brass washers in, smother it with, you know, make sure you use genuine parts. Then you know you're getting copper, right? But if you were to use copper or alloy aftermarket type seats, I would suggest that you do smother it in anti-seize, because it's basically inevitable that at least one of them, on averages, that's what we saw, 1 in 4 just don't seal in the first place, so they're going to leak. Once you've got that heated compression blowing up there, and you notice your engine's running rough and stuff like that, you're going to want to pull them out. And because they're leaking, and they haven't taken out the O-ring yet, they're like welded in there. They're like welded and stuck in there, if you know what I mean, kind of like really stuck. And that's where, if we'd known and had anti-seize on those, that would have been an awesome thing. Yeah, that would have stopped them from, because we've had vehicles where it's just taken hours to get the stuck injectors out, only from the brass washers. Okay, the copper ones we've done a lot more of, and they never get stuck that bad, you know. A few minutes usually, generally. It's more cleaning, right? More cleaning time with those ones. So anyway, we're getting through these dowels, as you can see. We've got, I don't know how many are there, you know, might last us a few weeks anyway, but so there we go. Once again, you know, thanks for watching. I know you might not think this one's that exciting, but you watched it anyway, and you got the information. So give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, which you probably have already, but if you haven't, there's a lot better videos than this on our channel, and more coming your way. This is just a bit of a chit chat. I'll do another video soon answering the comments, you know. Like I said, we're going to try and do it every now and then. Answer the comments on the channel, you know what I mean. Haven't got time to sit there and type it all out, but we'll do that soon enough. Alright guys, thanks for watching.